Welcome back. I am getting sober again. And today we're going to talk about the mistakes that we make when we drink. So I can single-handedly say that almost all of the mistakes that I've made, the major ones, all the regrets I should say, all of my major regrets for the most part are attributed to alcohol, except for that one time in the 4th grade when Leslie Hamby gave me her portrait. She gave me her school picture and then I said ew, and then I threw it on the ground. I don't think I was drinking then, but I regret that a lot. So if you're out there, Leslie, I apologize. I was an immature young man at the time, so please forgive me. But for the rest of you, you can feel however you want to feel about me, it's fine. I've got this awesome hoodie. It's great color on me, and you're not going to ruin my vibe. So, with my vibe unruined, let's talk about our regrets. I have a lot of them from when I was drinking, and some embarrassing things, like walking home at 3 o'clock in the morning because I was just mad, you know, when those times when you're just mad and you're kind of mad at yourself and you're mad at everything that happened that night, everything, the way that everything went. You're mad at that. You're mad that maybe you're going home alone. You're mad at something that your friend said, or you feel like nobody appreciates you, or whatever your insecurities are that are amplified now because you are just drunk, and the country fried steak and french fries that you just ate at TJ's Country Kitchen, they didn't really do the trick for you. So now you just got a belly full of remorse, and you are remorseful, and you're angry, and you're walking through a bad neighborhood. That's something that I did, and I'm maybe certain that you did something similar. So hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you did not eat that country fried steak. It's really good though, I ain't gonna lie. TJ's country fried steak is really good, and I am not paid to say that. But if TJ's wants to send me some country fried steak, you know, I'll share it with you. Or you just go buy your own. At any rate, hope after those long couple of pauses you didn't leave. I am terribly congested and I have to keep kind of getting that phlegm out of the back of my throat. So with all that disgusting stuff aside, now let's try to move on and talk a little bit more about those regrets. I guess maybe I'm just going to tell some stories about some stuff that I regret, and then maybe you can just judge me if you want. So also too, just knowing that this is absolutely 100% probably going to sink my political career. What are you going to do? But maybe there's a different path for me and there's a different path for you. So part of this entire series, about getting sober is us trying to find a new path, because we were on a dark one and a long one for a long time. But I don't know, how long was it for you? Or how long is it for you? Comment below so I can answer you and we can talk to each other and we can be friends. I made some pretty bad mistakes. Some really big regrets, from open hand slapping another man at a bar because he kicked my camera, that camera right there, and he knocked my Rode mic right off the top of my camera. Well, that was after I slapped him in the mouth, open hand slapped him, and he had 2 of his friends behind him. He kept bugging me to take his picture. I was shooting a concert, and I declined impolitely, and so he kept it up, and then I just open hand slapped him like that, and then he just kind of turned around, shocked, and he was drunk. He was more drunk than I was. That's how I knew I was gonna get away with it. You know, when you're drunk and you know somebody else is a little bit more drunk than you are, and you kind of make that assessment, like I got the higher ground on this one. And also, surely he's not going to try to kick me because I'm holding the camera. But he did kick the camera. He tried to kick me, but he was so sloppy and drunk that he kicked the Rode mic off the top of my camera. And it still works. So, shout out to Rode and TJ's. That was something I did. Walking home at 3 a.m. was something that I did. Arguments, though, just with friends, with loved ones, with my now fiance. God bless her. Some of the times that were my worst and my darkest were absolutely 100% on booze. Not even a question. It wasn't even like I had a drink and it was just like, you know, it could have just been how I was feeling. It was like, no, I was blasted. I blasted off into the danger zone. And while I was there, I was, taking anybody with me. I was not going to lose an argument. I was not going to let anybody talk louder or shout louder than me. That's for sure. And the past, I was certainly going to dig up the past and shovel it right into the story. Which is just a mistake. I could have maybe just been raised better or had therapy at that time, which maybe we'll talk about therapy in another video, maybe the next one, we'll see. Are you in therapy? Contact or comment below. It was a C word, I was close. Comment, contact, really close. What are the regrets though, just arguing with people, burning bridges, or almost burning bridges, coming very close to burning bridges. I definitely regret that. Relationships. I remember very specifically a girl telling me, quote unquote, "You were a monster." And I was pretty drunk at that time too. Also, while I was dating that girl, I punched a wall like that. Really hard though, like not like that, like BAM! And I broke my fifth metacarpal, that's how I remember that one. Radius is rad, ulna's on the bottom. I punched that wall, I broke that bone, and it, instead of being flat, pointed up like that, and I had to push it down like that and make a splint. I have a screen where I'm looking over here. I have a huge monitor. I wonder if I can show that to you. Welcome to my basement area. Oh, no, it's up here. Ah, well. Okay. We're back. That's what my tongue looks like. So, regrets. I have some, you have some. Comment below. We'll talk about them. We can exchange stories, or maybe I'll just listen to yours. I don't know. I have a bunch of them. If you want to know more, I could tell you some more. Or I could tell you no more at all, ever. Let's see if I can dig up another one before I end this video. During my drunkenness, drove home approximately one shitload of times. I drove home, and that's a huge no-no. So if you're curious to know what the blood alcohol level should be, it's 0.08, I think is what it is, or 0.8, whatever the case may be. You could look it up. You're already on the internet. I'm sorry, I don't have all that factual data to give you right now. Just look it up and comment below. It's 0.08 or 0.8. Stop judging me, okay? I'm pouring my heart out to you, and this is how you treat me while I'm telling you a story about drunk driving. Don't drink and drive. The worst, I'm ashamed of myself. I am absolutely ashamed to tell you this. I drove home on a birthday having consumed 20 units of alcohol. However, I will say that at that time, my tolerance level was about as high as it could be without me dying. Not proud to say it. I think that everybody has their limits. I was never the type that would say like, oh, I drink a whole fifth, I drink a whole bottle. That's a little ridiculous. I finished one bottle ever in my life. It was a bottle of Jim Beam Red Stag. The one that Kid Rock was promoting that because, you know, I just really relate to Kid Rock, I guess, or I did at the time. Anyway, I drank that whole bottle by myself, and it wasn't quick. It was over the course of, I think, like 8 hours or 6 hours, but that's a lot. That's just a lot. And just all the money that I spent, I regret that. I'm glad that I remember that. I regret spending all that money. I bet. So in this beautiful house that I live in, I probably could have paid off this entire house with the amount of money that I spent on booze, just booze alone. God knows I've spent my money on other stuff that I shouldn't have. Tobacco, candy, R-rated movies. There's some bad stuff in there. But the alcohol alone, I mean, let's just crunch those numbers. I did it in another video, but I know you didn't watch the videos because sometimes it's hard to listen to me because I just ramble in monotone and I don't do things like slap the air and keep you engaged. I spent a lot of money on booze. And I'm not drunk now, I promise. I know I'm a little bit animated, but I think that I need to add those things to my videos so that you will stay in here. Oh, also too, so that you'll subscribe and hit the little notification button so that you can keep up to date, because I'm going to post a lot of videos and I want to have more opportunities to talk to you in the comment section and get to make new friends, because this is part of my replacement strategy for booze. So the amount of money that I spent, again, let's say if I was only spending $10 a day, times 30 days in a month, that's $300 a month, times, 12 months a year, that's $3,600. Asian, good at math. So $3,600. And let's say I drank for only 10 years. I drank more than that. 10 years times $3,600 is $36,000. I don't live in a $36,000 house. That was just a low estimate, because there were definitely some times, like that time that I went to the club. I'm gonna not say it because I don't want to get sued, but there's a nightclub that is in Las Vegas that the only time that I didn't tip in my life was when I ordered 4 Red Bulls and 2 bottles of water, and the total was, or no, it was 4 Red Bulls and 6 bottles of water, and the total was $90. I'm not joking, and I didn't tip. And there was no booze in that order. There's no booze. But that night, I went out and I easily spent $100 or $200 just on booze, because you couldn't get anything else in there. No matter how many cabanas I went to asking for cocaine, nobody had any. And I don't look like a cop. I guess I could be undercover. At any rate, I spent a lot of money on booze. I'm sure you have also. What could we do with all that money? Let's just fantasize for a second. What could I do with $36,000? I could have paid off all my student loans. I could pay off all that money that I lost when I invested in cryptocurrency last year. I was crushing it for a minute though. I was $1,500 a day. I was waking up to that, and I was like, booze, 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 more booze, more booze, more booze. You want some booze? You want some booze? Everybody gets booze. And then that changed real quick. Thank you, XRP, for that. Anyway, sorry, I went to a dark place there for a second. I just kind of zoned out. Whenever you see me go, go to that place. I like to ask people. I say like, hey, where'd you just go just now? Where were you at? Where'd you go? Man, my eyes watering like crazy. I have coconut oil on around my face and around my eyes, and it got in my eyes. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's time to end. So for now, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Good luck on getting sober, and make sure you comment and subscribe and whatever. The end.